Hey everyone, this is Magic Lover recording for the MTG Noob, playing a one-on-one commander game with my Ghave Spores deck against Ambassador Laquatus. Good mill commander, so this could be an interesting mono-blue mill deck. This is keepable, not perfect, but basically every land comes into play tapped except that one. I did tweak this Ghave list, and I'll go over it afterwards, but I did tweak this to be a little more 1v1 control-ish rather than, multiplayer. Some of the main improvements are basically, removing many of the creatures, focusing on only having, kind of playing it like Rug Delver, just sticking one threat and riding that to victory. Mental note, Evolving Wilds will cost me a card. Might as well get it out of the way now. I think we'll go for the other swamp. Actually, go for plains here. I'll pick my poison now. Oh, that hurts. Got my cradle. Bummer. Well, it's not actually as needed in this list as it is when I'm just trying to generate absurd amounts of tokens and overwhelm. This is more of a grindy build on Ghave, with things like Constant Mists and Sen's Enlistment too. Yep. I need to break it now. No. Now I will put it out there. Don't play against too many mill decks, especially mono blue. While this guy appears in many of the the mill deck builds that I've seen, it's usually with Nemesis of Reason as the commander, because you have access to black with things like Mind Funeral and a couple other nasty black cards that not only control the board, but help mill out as well. I think I'll get a, maybe not free swing in here, but he probably does not want to attack with that guy. So my library is my life total, it looks like, against this kind of deck. We'll see if that holds true. Not too worried about this, because I don't have a lot of shuffle effects. So what do you get? Tranquil and Assassinate, fine. I'm going to hold on to that Pithing Needle just because I'm probably going to want to name Laquatus, and I'm betting he didn't cast him there because he wants to keep counter backup, so I will probably lean out here with Sen's Enlistment, because even if he counters it, best thing about Retrace, as long as he doesn't wipe it out of the yard, and I'm guessing he's not playing a lot of graveyard removal, because he might have that 5 blue remove half your library from the game, or mill half your library, whatever's in there. And yeah, I'll give this a shot. Don't need a lot of lands to run this deck. That's probably the most expensive thing I've got, and I'll end up cycling it. So I'll be able to hold on to my lands and pitch them to Retrace. Yeah, that's fine. constant miss is pretty much a dead card here. Nice. So let's keep that counter back up. Well. You know what? Start putting the pressure on a little more here. I want to see him play that Laquatus before I throw the needle at him. Cheeks his ingenuity. The old blue draw me stuff. Of course, if I can land this, it's pretty much game over, because mill doesn't function well without resources like mana, unlike some decks that do. Let's see. I can rotate for Walrus Stronghold to just keep pulling creatures out of my graveyard, but, well, let's see, he tapped out. So I will, yeah, I'll throw this at him again. You know what, I'll draw more for the send, so, whoops. And then, you know what, I'm actually going to, while he's tapped out, I'm going to rotate. Now that I'm thinking about it, I made, my choices are either Stronghold or Oran. And you know what, I'm going to go for Oran. I could accelerate there, going for one of the others. I'm not worried about creatures right now. Let's see what he exiles now. Got Cradle the first time. Oh, Glissa. Another one I would have liked to have had. He's getting some good hits on exiling. Glissa plus Capsule is a fun little combo, but that's gone now. He's got to put some pressure out there, or I'm going to start running him over with manlands. And I can get Ghave online pretty soon and start beating him with that too. Now that I'm up to 6 mana. I will never cast him against blue without mana floating. Need to be able to sack him for when they try to steal him with control magic, which always happens, without fail. So this is pretty much garbage. Yeah. There's another fun one. Now let's put a little more pressure. See how he responds to this. Dissipate. Yay. might cycle Decree next turn just to get rid of this guy. He can't counter it. Doubt he's playing Stifle main deck and mono blue. Main deck, just in his deck with Commander, so... Here's where Needle actually gets some value, because I can name both. But I think I'm just going to cycle Decree. I want to save Needle for something I can't immediately kill, like Laquatus. Oh, wait. I forgot that's a double. I can't cycle. Annoying. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna throw Needle down. Merfolk Mesmerist. And I want to keep that up. So I will activate. You may decide to start chumping. Now that that's on there. One of the benefits of manlands against a blue opponent is most of their copy effects, whether it's Rite of Replication or their steal effects like Control Magic, don't really get a chance to work on them because they're mostly always sorceries. Well, that's a bummer. I guess I'm okay with that. I mean, he gets to counter some stuff if I get to replay Recluse and Capsule and Needle and everything, but maybe I'll just keep swinging with manlands. Throw the Capsule out. So he's got that clone again. So I gotta worry about that if I throw my commander out. So I keep junk out there like 1/1 flyers. Ooh. There's a little beater. Let's get our angry ape village going. I am fine with discarding Constant Miss. Attack Edge. Not what I wanted to see. I got one of them. It's too bad, because if he hadn't teched and tapped out immediately, I could have thrown Needle down on it if I really wanted to, but we've drawn a very low percentage of lands this game so far. I mean, he's milled a few, but still, still don't have too many in there. Speak of the devil. There's that second I need for being able to cycle there. Too short of casting it, which I'd much rather do. Let's get the attack out of the way. I'm not going to throw the Stirring Wildwood out there. And we'll put the Dispeller's Capsule out. See if he goes after this. I'm gonna win the race between him milling me at this pace. He's got to put Laquatus out there pretty soon. I mean, I'm effectively at 67 life, and he's doing 3 damage a turn to me between my draw and this. So, yeah, he's, as he said, looks like he's flooded out pretty well. But, I don't know, he's got to have some action. It's probably just removal. I'm not giving him juicy enough targets. That's a bummer. That would have been a fun one. There's another land. Yep. I will attempt go for the throat here. And then I will also get rid of that thing. Not that I needed to, but Yep, I will activate and throw this. Bring him down to 13, and, you know, he's on a clock. Let's see how he answers. Ooh. Yeah, I will be cycling Decree. We cannot have me getting effectively milled even if it is a fresh hand. That's going to be nasty, so... What's in there so far? Of note, my Quarter Calling, O-Ring, Grave Pact's a bummer. Yeah. So he's probably holding up for something. Rampant Growth, we'll take a little Excel, that'll get me to Norn next turn. But first, I am going to try to... Wasn't really thinking that one through. Let's get the attack in first. Drew Chapel, that's handy. Means do I want a needle? Do I want to... Well... Yeah, I'm just going to name Laquatus here. And say go. Not sure I'd play that. I mean, it's a one merfolk, so if he's got all the other, what I call millfolk, all the, essentially the merfolk tribal stuff that mills, then, you know, that's not bad, but I'd say it's a waste of space for something that gets more cards. I know he's still got that clone. But I guess if anything, I'd rather have him clone Vorinclex to get rid of it. So we'll give that a shot. I am aware of the Lingering Souls and Sen's Enlistment. I'm just trying to keep the pressure on now that he's at 11. Yeah, resolves. So I guess he's going to go for the clone route. The good news is when he does tap the 4 for clone, that'll tie down a few of his islands. Which would be nice. I'm okay with that. If I can then be a little more free to cast Norn, I think that's going to win me the game against any of his millfolk. I've got Laquatus on lockdown, which is good because he can mill me for about 12 a turn otherwise. Yeah. Millstone, the one that started it all. Well, let's give it the old college try. Nothing in hand. Don't see how this isn't going to resolve. This might get a good game out of him, we'll see. No, he's got answers, he says, so I don't doubt it. Let's see how Tweaker plays it. See what he drew. He's down to half my library. Well, a little Excel, I'll take it. So, what's my play here? I get rid of the millstone. Play the signet. Play rampant growth. But what am I ramping into? I'll rather play the recluse. So, let's see how this plays out. Any reason not to? No. Get rid of that. I'll swing. I didn't activate the other guy intentionally. I want to kind of keep that in reserve and keep the pressure on him with this, just in case he does something nasty. And then I will fine. That was probably a mistake now that I did that, of course, as soon as I did it. Because if he has another clone effect that he draws, he can draw that and stop my Norn and other stuff from attacking, so honestly, if I could have that one back, I would. You know, bad enough if he clones this to get rid of it, but then at least I've got something else and some other beaters. I can now recast my general. Ooh, that's... Wish I kept that Bramble Crush. It's not going to do much against him. So let's... Let's activate him. Swing for lethal if he doesn't block. He's got to have something else here. Not sure what that was, but yeah, we got there. So I had to play that one a little more conservatively, just so you can see the changes I made to make it a little more 1v1 friendly, since those are most of the games I'm recording for the MTG Noob. Put in a lot more removal, put in a lot less of the big creatures that are more utility token based. Just put in things that are meant to clog up the board, provide, you know, indirect damage, things that are meant to slow the opponent down, and then provide some ways to get there. Drana, probably one of the notable nasties that came in, along with Vorinclex. Genesis, a way to get back everything. A couple more accelerants with Harrow coming in, Constant Miss, a great way to, you know, use your land along with Life in the Loam to constantly fog. But yeah, other than that, you know, a couple sweepers meant to get the just grind out the opponent. But yeah, it's a fun deck, so I'll throw some more up there. And as always, thanks for watching.